Motion that we come out of executive session.
And I'll second it.
Got a motion and a second to come out of executive session, go back into regular session. Is there any discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, let the record also show that during the executive closed session, there was no action taken on the part of the council. Now we're back into regular session. I would ask Scott Crosby if he would present a copy of the final investigative report to the city of Bardstown.
I will. Clerk, there's the written report. Inside there is a document with an envelope that has the exhibits to the attached. I think there are 88 exhibits.
Can I share it with the attorney as well? Just to make sure. He'll know what all that means.
You will find a disc, but it probably would make sense that we confirm that the disc is
Last drive.
that last drive. Yes, I'm sorry.
Yep, there's a flash drive.
I would also like to present this to the mayor if you could ensure that he would.
I'll make sure he gets it.
Okay.
I'll make a motion that we approve and accept for the record our investigator Scott Crosby's report that's entitled City of Bardstown City Council Investigation Final Report, March 28, 2017.
Okay, we have a motion to accept the report as presented. Have a second?
Second.
Have a second. Is there any other discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, thank you. Mr. Crosby, would you like to present the findings of the investigation and the report?
I will. Steve. Members of the council, city attorney, honorable clerk. What you have here is a 44-page document outlining the results of our investigation over the past 3 months. As I indicated, there is an attachment. I believe there's 88 exhibits, probably about 300 documents. I will share with the council from the standpoint of an overview. We reviewed approximately 5,000 documents over the course of several weeks. There were a number of witnesses and individuals and others who agreed voluntarily to participate in this investigation. They are identified in the report. I would first like to say we had retained 2 outstanding investigators as part of this process, 2 former federal agents with the FBI. One is with me today. I'd like to recognize Clay Mason. Carl Christensen, who was not able to make it tonight, but both were instrumental in assisting us throughout the process of gathering information for members of the council. As I indicated, we did receive a great deal of cooperation, not only just through interviews, but in conversations with city employees and others in the community who came forward to assist us in trying to understand the events and circumstances specifically related to the distribution of packets at a November 1st council meeting. But as we progressed in the investigation, we were able to determine several other issues through their help and involvement in this process. And I commend those employees who were willing to voluntarily participate and to assist us. We were able to complete the investigation without having to obtain any sworn statements or compelling anyone to come before the council. And that is in large part due to the willingness of folks to provide us information and to provide assistance. As you can see, the document itself, the summary of findings, council, is set forth on page 2. Pursuant to council member for the council's request that we read those findings, I will do so today. I do not intend to get into the evidence from a substantial standpoint or discuss it any further, the evidence in the packets. I think the report speaks for itself. But summary investigative findings, if I could read those. The 3-month investigation confirmed evidence of these facts. Mayor John Royalty had actual knowledge and personal involvement in the research, collection, and distribution of the records in the packets. On separate occasions, Mayor Royalty ordered Captain Todd Spaulding to print copies of the fire incident reports associated with Councilmember Keisha Copeland. Captain Todd Spaulding gave the reports to Mayor Royalty in 2015, and again on September the 27th, 2016, the same date on the reports contained inside the packets. Approximately 2 weeks prior to the delivery of the packets, Mayor Royalty forwarded the website link to the internet blog article critical of Councilmember Copeland to his assistant Kathy Graham and former Councilman Bill Buckman. Mayor John Royalty ordered a city employee to lie to the city council so he could obtain their iPads under false pretenses and gain unauthorized access to their personal email accounts. Mayor John Royalty ordered a city employee to access the personal email account of Councilmember Keisha Copeland without her consent and upon false pretenses. Mayor John Royalty directed the city employee to obtain access to Councilmember Copeland's personal email account, despite knowing and ignoring the city employee's reservations about the legality and/or appropriateness of the action. Mayor John Royalty improperly used city personnel and equipment to access, review, and obtain copies of private email communications of Councilmember Keisha Copeland dating to 2013 and before she was an elected city council member. Mayor John Royalty disseminated the private email communications of Keisha to a third party in violation of Councilmember Copeland's privacy, intending to injure her reputation and affect the outcome of the city council elections. Mayor John Royalty, in concert with Police Captain Mackenzie Mattingly and possibly others, devised a plan requiring the use of city personnel, resources, and equipment to retaliate against Councilmember Copeland. Mayor John Royalty abused his official authority and influence with the intent and purpose of interfering with or affecting the results of the city council elections. Mayor John Royalty, under oath and subject to perjury, provided false and deceptive testimony during a December 12, 2016 deposition about his prior knowledge and involvement with records distributed to the city council at the November 1st, 2016 work session. Mayor John Royalty, after the city council authorized the investigation, accessed and/or obtained the private email communications sent by third parties to Councilmember Copeland's city email account. We have provided, in the context of those findings, with proposed actions for the city council to consider. And those are found on, if I can get to the page 43 of the report. Potential council actions, there are several listed here. The first is the city council may authorize and schedule a full public hearing to determine whether there is enough evidence to remove Mayor John Royalty from office for misconduct, incapacity, or willful neglect. KRS 83A.040, Section 9, provides for the removal of elected officers under certain circumstances. The second potential council action, and it would be more of a group of actions that the council may and should take under advisement, is that the city council may refer evidence obtained during this investigation or discovered at any public hearing on Mayor John Royalty's removal from office to the following for further consideration and examination: the Nelson County Attorney, the Commonwealth Attorney, the Commonwealth of Kentucky Office of Attorney General, their Cyber Crimes Unit, the Commonwealth of Kentucky's Office of Attorney General, their Public Integrity and Special Investigations Unit, and the United States Attorney's Office. The third option for their consideration is that the City Council may refer financial and budgetary issues identified during the investigation to the Kentucky Auditor of Public Accounts and request an examination of the city's policies, procedures, controls, and financial activities for further review and recommendations. Those are the potential actions that we are advising the council to consider. I've outlined for everyone the findings of fact, and I appreciate the council giving me the opportunity to investigate these matters on behalf of the citizens of Nelson County and the city of Bardstown, and I appreciate it very much. That concludes my comments for today.
Thank you, Mr. Crosby.